Hi, welcome back to my Don't Taking Gaming channel. And King's Bounty, the Dark Side. Let's play. I'm meeting Dragon King. Then Grave Digger. Just look at the people. I mean, at the demons that decided to show up. I'm Grave Digger, ruler of Dragandor. Demons don't come here often, although the ages-long neutrality of my wonderful kingdom attracts all sorts of hustlers. What is your name, beautiful stranger? My name is Neoline the Charming, and I have come to your kingdom from Atorixas. Oh, rampart bearded king. Digger takes obvious pleasure in threatening his spade beard. You like it, right? Tell me, Neoline, what has brought you here to Dragandor? Didn't you want to stay in Aturax forever? Why, aren't you glad to meet me? Oh, why, good, Please don't get me wrong, Neoline. It's nothing personal. But you've no idea how much the productivity in our mines drops when the young miners see someone like you. They abandon their picks and start making soppy verses about roses and violets, which they can't even tear apart. Alright, I'll order my foreman not to let you come close to the roadways, but you haven't told me what has brought you here to Dragandor. Tell me your story. Well, first a huge joke, then a blood-sucking vampire, and now a demoness. Talk about a bad day. At least you are a face for the eyes. White King, you said that an orc and a vampire were here before me? Exactly, an orc, a huge block big enough to pillar the ceiling in our minds, and a vampire with the manners of an elven ambassador. That polite courtesy of his gives me shivers, and kicking them out would be rude, since the time of my grandfather, Grand Dragandor has been a shelter for the miserable and the abused. Perhaps I should pay them a visit, Your Majesty. Do you happen to know where they are staying? In old Bonmilly's Dragonback Inn. Where else? Cross the bridge, then go left and follow the wooden stairs. And the other dwarf wouldn't let them even come close. But for Bonmilly, anything with money can't smell bad. Old Bonmilly Dragonback Inn. Cross the bridge, then follow the wooden stairs. Okay. In old Bonmilly's Inn. Sorry to say goodbye, but it's time for me to go, Your Majesty. Now listen here, beauty. I told them, and I'm telling you now. You can stay here in my kingdom as long as you like. There is no extradition from Dragandor, but if I hear you doing filthy, spellcraft or other vile things, you'll pay for it dearly. Am I making myself clear, demoness? And don't you dare go into the mines and distract my dwarves from work. I understand, girl digger. Level up. Okay. All the bomb taverns. Concentration. Concentration. Just leave learning. Diversion. Tactics. Learning. Magical power, speed, point, quick damage, D. Breeze. Welcome to Bomb Leader Old Inn, where any traveler can find shelter, food, and hospitality, regardless of their race, sex, and religion. Hello, Bomb. I am Neil Ryan, the charming from Texas. Come in, Neil Ryan. I haven't had such a beauty as a guest for a long time. I hope you don't get bored in my inn. By the way, I already have some guests you'll find interesting to talk to. One is an orc from Tristram, and the other is a vampire all the way from Portland. The orc, of course, is an uncouth blockhead, but the vampire is a noble gentleman. You can tell that right away. I've heard a lot about your guests, my good Bommy. Can I talk to them in private? Bommy the Old accompanies you in the back room, where the orc and the vampire that you have heard so much about are resting. The huge orc stands up, suddenly making the room appear very small, and holds out his big hand to you for a shake. Look, what beauty has dropped in on us. Your brightness. Please sit, my good lady, over here where it's cleaner. I can see that you are not a local but an exile, just like the master and I. The orc nods at the thin vampire sitting at the edge of the table, wrapped in a cloak in spite of the heat in the room. Tell me, how did you find yourself in this split cursed place? First, I would like to know who I am talking to. Let's see that have pointed to her. You gentlemen will introduce yourself first. Take a different seat. Perhaps you gentlemen will introduce yourself first. Take a different seat. Of course, my lady, why not? I'm Bagheera, the junior chief of the mighty clan of the Three-Toothed Dog. My clan owns the island of Tristram. That is, they did, until quite recently. The orc stopped talking and silently stared into space for some time. You can see that it's hard for him to talk. Wait, refresh yourself with something tasty, cheered the ogre. Wait. Finally, the orc continued his history. That's how it was until recently. One moon ago, the elves landed on our island. At first, I thought they had been cast ashore by a storm, since no pointy-eared creature would ever venture to land in Tristram in their right mind. Of course, we sent a troop to the landing place at once. Not knowingly, of course. Why? But Jill looks perplexed, as if your question seemed inappropriate to him. What do you mean why? To take away their ships, to kill them all, and to make drums from their skulls. The best battle drums are made from elven skulls. I like to hear the drums. Oh, I see. But things went wrong. We didn't meet confused travelers, but warriors armed to the teeth. After the first ship, new warriors started to arrive at the shore one by one, and soon a whole army of elves was before us. What happened then? Oh, we fought like never before. Every one of us took down 5 or 6, no, 10 elves. But there were just too many of them, and with every kill, a new elf would take the place of the one killed. Our scimitars turned red from blood, dear gods. Let's skip over these unappetizing details, Bagheera. How did you survive? They overpowered us, lady. We fell back into the mountains and forests, hoping to find shelter there, but they tracked us down and hunted us like wild beasts. They razed our villages, and as for our women and children, the oak can't continue. Wait for a while. The oak continues his history. I ran away with a handful of soldiers, leaving everything behind. I heard that the Dragandor dwarves have harbored fugitives since olden times, so I hoped to find refuge there. That's how I ended up here. Then you showed up, dead shaman. Turn to the vampire. And what's your necromantic story, my friend? The vampire, who before was silently sitting in the corner with a glass of some red liquid in his hand, lifted his eyes. Let me introduce myself first. Dead mortal, vampire. Our big companion always calls me shaman, which is wrong, of course. But I can say in all modesty that I'm well versed in the high art. Listen. My story is in general similar to that of our mighty companion. For a long time, we, the non-living inhabitants of Portland, have maintained an unwritten neutrality which was not violated by anyone. They don't come to our half of the island, and we don't kill more than one virgin per month. Sounds fair. But about a month ago, they started to violate the border. Single peasants were the first to come, and we took care of them without any problems. Then there were armor-clad heroes armed with aspen stakes. Those things are very nasty when they get too close, and today, under the cover of light, they attacked the cemetery where my servants were resting. All my loyal servants perished from the aspen stakes of the vengeful crowd. The vampire wind says. And what happened next? I decided not to wait for the vengeful crowd to come to me, and left my family castle as I was, taking only my true sword with me. And now I'm here in Dragandor, relying on the mercy and traditions of the dwarf people. Dwarves. Ha! Back in the day, it would disgust me to use a dwarf, even if I was dying of starvation. But my lady, now you know our stories, and we would like to hear yours. Still. The orc and the vampire carefully listened to your story, sometimes asking questions to clarify. When you finish, a disturbing silence hangs over you, only to be broken by the mountain. It's absolutely clear to me now that the things happening to us are but fragments of a bigger puzzle that I failed to put together. Maybe I can try to do that. The vampire continued his speech. I doubt you would dispute that the great balance between the light and the dark in the world is disturbing. Someone or something tilted the balance in the light's favor, and all of the paladins, witch hunters, demon slayers, and other riffraff of the light have gained an advantage over those who don't worship the light. Or if we do nothing, they will try to tilt the balance of power even more to their side by destroying the likes of us. So what do? Read more. It's evident to me that our meeting here in Dragandor is not accidental. Something or someone gathered us here to have us so different and so alike at the same time. Restore the disturbed balance between the light and the dark. The vampire suddenly changes the subject of the conversation. What do you know about Dragandor, my friends? Is it dark here? Are there lots of dark here? Shrug your shoulder. I thought so. Then listen. When I studied necromantic sciences, I spent a lot of time on the basics of magic. What makes one a mage of the dark or the light? What is the key difference between the destructive chaos magic of the dark and the restorative order magic of the light? That's what I managed to learn from ancient manuscripts. What? Here we go. Two transcendent entities look after our world, spirits or gods, if you want. One of them, the spirit of light, protects those of the light. The second one, the spirit of darkness, protects those of the dark. This is a trivial example of the theocentric dualism, if you want to put it that way. Transcendent entities, of course, not pretending that you understand everything. Read more. Gods or spirits? I don't know where the spirit of light dwells. Perhaps that's told in some book of the Wizard of the Light that I didn't have access to, but I know exactly where the spirit of darkness can be found. The dragon on whose remains the entire underground city was built was not just a dragon. He was the great dragon of chaos, the bodily incarnation of the spirit of darkness. Many centuries ago, he fell in a battle with united armies of the light. Listen. But the spirit of darkness didn't perish when the shell of his body was destroyed. He escaped into the darkest corners of the underground, where no one could find him, since the victors had bricked up all passages leading there. Where no one could find him, since the victors had bricked up all passages leading there. It was precisely then that the global balance between the light and the dark was disturbed. The spirit of light was waiting all of those centuries for his victory to be secure, but the spirit of darkness, weakened and locked up underground, continued his resistance even in his incarnation, supporting the forces of his loyal followers. And then the spirit of light decided to take the unusual step of destroying all those loyal to the dark. You mean us? You mean us? And that's what I propose to all of you. We can't allow the plan of the spirit of light to be implemented. Otherwise, it will mean the end of our world as we know it. In this new world, a new order will reign, and there will be no place for us. We who love freedom, who are brave, and who are not confined by the narrow bounds of morality and the law. And I'm asking you, are you with me? What in particular do you suggest, Wizard? We must find a passage to the shelter of the spirit of darkness and free him. The Dragandor dwarves guard the passage, beyond all doubt, but the three of us can defeat the shortage. Are you with me? I am with the vampire, but first we must do something else. What are you talking about, Neurai? we all must swear allegiance to each other. Swear that we shall see our plan implemented or die trying. The orc who listened spellbound to your dialogue suddenly livens up. Yeah, let's swear just like we do on our little islands. Let's mix our blood on one blade. He draws a huge scimitar from behind the bench. Blood? I don't like the sight of blood very much. Alright, I'm ready. Bagheera whispers several words in the orcish language and makes an incision on his wrist, washing the dark sail lavishly with his crimson blood. Makes the blood oath. There to the Morton bears his wrist. The black, viscous liquid stains the blade. Embrace your new friend. The scene of the dark creatures unifying is touching, but Bomb the Old interrupted when he appeared with a tray of food at the most inappropriate moment. What this mess? All of the walls are covered in blood. What a big idea. Doing dark magic here and staining the wallpaper? Get out of my inn, all of you. What's the matter, Bomb? Some old friends are celebrating their meetings. Just call for the maid to bring a rug and she'll tidy things up. The innkeeper flings up his hand and runs away, but you can still hear him rumbling behind the wall. I'm not going to let this go. I'm feeling a complaint with the city guard. No sooner do you do justice to the lamb flank with garlic sauce than uninvited guests appear in the doorway again. Bomb the Old is with the guard whom you talked to at the gate. Well, I warned you all today, didn't I? If you perform any black magic or any other vile same things, then you will be kicked out of Dragandor. So follow me, all of you. This is some kind of misunderstanding. You are mistaking us for someone else. But sorcery? Did you really think that, my friends, or I would violate the law of Dragandor? The guard swept his hand round the room, which really does look a little bit bloody after your ritual. Then what's this? No doubt it's some evil sorcery. So get out from behind the table and follow me to the guard station. What are you talking about? We just decided to make the design of this room a bit more interesting. Nobody understands creative people. Okay. You're not allowed to do that anyway. Look at these innovative designers. We know the likes of you. Get up from behind the table, I say, and put your hand where I can see them. The guard pulls a black cloud made of an unknown material from his belt and throws your kneecap hard with it. Kneecap. Throws your kneecap hard with it. Here, take this. How can you treat a lady like this? I'm going to teach you a lesson in good manners. Friends, flee to the black gate. I'll hold back the dwarves. Oh. But okay. So it's sharp. What happens next? Ah. Wow, who are you? Where are you running from and to? Are you being passed? And who are you? You don't quite look like a dwarf. My name is Navi, and I'm a local. Wow, who are you and where are you hurrying to? My name is Neurine Navi. Do you happen to know where the Black Gate is? What do you need it for, Neurine? I have a conflict with the local authorities. I see. And you think you find safety behind the Black Gate? Alright. Run straight ahead and you'll see a platform. The Black Gate is right behind it, but remember, it's always guarded. Thank you, Navi. Okay. another dog. Captain of the guard. Okay. Hard spawn of dark. This is a forbidden area, so live in Jetru. I can't waste my time on you, human head. But alright, okay. Here. Oh. Round 4. Right. Okay. Open the gate now, Ryan. Don't delay. We are running to your place. Get in here quick, Baggy. I'm close. Open the gate. I'm opening it. Okay. Right. Alicia, you want to open the gate, black gate? Okay. Okay. Move along, don't linger, there's nothing of interest here. Bar. 4. Gain a new level. Okay. It's so dark here. Of course, vampires can see in the dark, but even I see nothing here but dense darkness. We have to wait a little bit until our eyes are used to the dark. Then we will find the road. Nerain, give me your hand. It's slippery here and you might break your heel piece. Listen to me, I'm standing near a cold rock stone wall. Oh, I'm feeling a gate. I'm going to knock. Knock. Who's that knocking on my gate? Nobody has come here for 1,000 years. Who are you? It's so dark here that even I can't see anything. Wait a moment, and I'll light up some candles. We are searching for the spirit of darkness. It appears you have come to the right place. It is I who am called the spirit of darkness, and I never heard of two spirits of this name living in Netan. Are you alive? A spirit cannot die, so you may consider me alive. So who are you? We are an orc, a demon, and a vampire who swore to take vengeance on those of the light for all their crimes. Well, let's say that I'm not surprised to see the demons and the vampire, but how did they all get into your nice little company? The spirit examines all of you intently. Come into my castle. It's not right to chat on the threshold. If we expect to become friends, of course. Enter the castle. Now, let's get to know each other better. I am the spirit of darkness, confined by those of the light in this cave after a grand battle which the dark completely lost. That happened several thousand years ago, so I can't remember much more. Since then, I have stayed here alone in the dark, with no one to chat with all these years. Tell me about yourself, dear guest. Tell a story about yourself and your companions. You won't believe how glad I am to meet such young and vigorous companions, Nerain. But your appearance here created a problem when you broke the seals on the Black Gate. It was I who broke them. The broken seals sent a magic signal to the 3 guards left here by those of the light in case of such an invasion. They will be here soon. Don't worry, Spirit. I'll take care of them. Ah. Chaos beside. Ah. Okay. Down. Wow. Okay. Okay. But a bit. Three stronger. Alright. Wait a minute. Until recovering mana. Can I win this hard battle? I'm not confident that. Slightly stronger. A bit more level. A bit more experience point. Necessarily I need you. this. Well then, my first try in this game. More 4-point man. Okay. Here you are. Batman. He's so bright. No. Wait. Okay. Okay. Right. Kick. Wait. Die. Oh. do it. What? That's not it. Oh. Ah, he's very strong. Okay. Ah. Ah. I cannot hearing. Die. Oh. Okay. Okay. use. Right. No. Die, die, die. Can I win this battle? My. Strong. Oh. Shit. That's all. Okay. Then Kerberos. Zombie. Zombie maybe. Axoa. Okay. Him. Okay. This. Magic point. Mana point. Two more points. 2 mana. One more point. Maybe elf is weak in fire. Fight. change him something. Okay. Zombie. Wait. Right there. Okay. The end. Win. Won. Okay. Ryan, did you kill the guard on the right? Yes, it was not difficult. I'm very glad, Ryan, that you managed to defend me from those of the right. Unlike you, I am too weak and I wouldn't be able to cope with the guards. Give me their keys, now we are safe for sure. What next, Fritz? We wanted to free you so you could defeat all of the bastards of the right in Netan. Free me? That's a good idea. If you swear an oath to exert every effort to assure the victory of the dark in Netan, I will become free in some way. If, of course, we understand the meaning of the word freedom in the same way. We are ready to take this oath. We understand the meaning of the word freedom. Put your hands right here. Now swear allegiance to the dark cause, one by one. Nothing frees the spirit of darkness from incarnation like young warriors ready to take his place on the path of fighting the light. Swear allegiance. I swear not to spare my blood and to secure the victory of the darkest dark throughout the whole world of Netan. I swear to do everything to bring closer the victory of the dark in Netan. I swear to share all good and bad things between the three of us. And I swear to never draw back from our common goal under any circumstances. Okay. I'm so glad such wonderful bad guys like you are still left in the world of Netan. Now we can consider me completely free. The victory of the dark is sure. Hurry to the dark. Hurry to the dark. Okay. It's completed. Let's learn to welcome you once again. What must we do for the victory dark? It's simple. If we want the dark to win, we must first destroy the light. To be more precise, we must defeat the spirit of light dwelling on the white hill. I want him to be incarcerated for a couple thousand years, as I was before you came. The only problem is that the spirit of light is protected by immortal gods of the light. The images were transmitted to Netana from the neighboring twin world. As long as they are immortal, it's impossible to defeat the spirit of light. But I know how to strip them of their immortality. Tell me quickly. These gods of the light are not mortal heroes, but magic incarnation of great warriors from another world. In order to defeat them, I must create the Decembodifier. I suggest we call it the weapon of vengeance. To perform the ritual for creating the weapon of vengeance, we will need to obtain the scalding tears from the three happiest women of this world. Seduce the three most faithful men of this world into betrayal, and make the three purest representatives of the light in this world join the side of the dark. As far as I can see, this task is easily distributed among three people. The vampire grins ominously. I know an ancient recipe for turning those of the light into those of dark. You only need to bite them properly in the right place in the jugular, and then you have a good servant of the dark who couldn't be darker. And I can instigate any man to any betrayal. The most faithful man will be ready to betray anyone for one kiss of mine. Now I just need to torture the happy, right? I'm not a big fan of someone else suffering, but I swear to do to the priest that which the spirit has entrusted me with. I will torture the prisoners until the tears form a lake. I won't let you down, friends. Then I congratulate you, my friend, on the beginning of Operation Retribution. One of you will have to comb all of the kingdoms of the light to find the person we need. The rest will fortify the sheltered gathering to build a genuine dark stronghold here. Plus, I have a surprise for you. From this moment on, you have my official permission to pick up gold off the ground and dig up any treasure you can come across. You may object that we can't act like that, since only scoundrels of the light are capable of such things. But I give you this right in view of the high goal and the unprecedented difficulty of our task. Right now, one of you will come down to the castle basement and collect all of the useful items that can be found there. I'm feeling ill at ease, but I will try to cope with it. Keep in mind, Neverline, that the basement may be guarded. Thank you, Spirit. I'll be on the alert. Oh. Okay. Yes. Now, today is finish this game. Stop this game playing. Then, next time, thank you for watching my video. Please, if you feel fine, subscribe my channel. Then goodbye.